I give you Reverend Dr. Gregory Carrow-Boyd.
I am so glad to be here, and I am truly feeling well welcomed. I have received no fewer than about 18 lei since arriving here under 12 hours ago. And I want to talk to you today about beginning again. Beginning again in love is our theme. Beginning again in love is our path forward. Beginning again in love is the way that we do things in the lively and living tradition that is our shared Unitarian Universalist faith. But because it is shared, I need to share in the telling of this story. So I need your help. Are you all ready to help? Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. So a few times throughout the story, I'm going to ask you, in the beginning. What did I just say? In the beginning. So when I say in the beginning, I want you all to respond, what happened? Let's try it. In the beginning. What happened? Oh, that was good, but you can do even better. In the beginning. What happened? There we go. Wrapped with bated breath, just the way I want this story to go. All right, so in the beginning, at the time that turned the heat of the earth, at the time when the heavens turned and changed, at the time when the sun was subdued to cause light to break forth, at the time of night of Maki'i, winter then began to slime, which established the earth. The source of deepest darkness, and the Madonna mic is not working for me, so we're going to do this from the pulpit. The source of deepest darkness, of the depth of darkness, of the darkness of the sun, in the depth of night. It is night. So was born night. In the beginning, I've known rivers, says Langston Hughes. I've known rivers ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood in human veins. Because in the beginning, Kumulipo was born in the night. Masculine darkness. Pole was born in the night. Feminine darkness. A coral insect was born, from which was born perforated coral. The earthworm was born, which gathered earth into mounds. From it were born worms full of holes. The starfish was born, whose children were born starry. The phosphorus was born, whose children were born phosphorescent. The Ina was born Ina, sea egg. The Halula was born Halula, sea urchin. Because in the beginning, my soul has grown deep like the rivers, and then God said, let there be light. And there was light. God saw that the light was good. God then separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness night. Evening came, and morning followed on the first day. Every day we are beginning again. The whole universe is created and destroyed again. Endless possibilities await us. So when we consider some of the ways that we can begin again together, we have to think about not only how we remake the world, but also how we can make sure that we are moving the world forward. It is not just enough to go back to the way things were before. Those ways did not always work. Those ways erased identities. Those ways still oppress and suppress the wisdom of others. But together, and only together, we remake the world centered on compassion. We remake the world centered on justice. We remake the world in a way that allows us to always fail forward. Because in the beginning, all the shellfish were born. Clam oyster was born. Pearl and oysters were born. Mussel, crab in a shell, cowrie were born. Rock oysters, conch, limpets, all shellfish were born. And then God said, let there be a dome in the middle of the waters to separate one body of water from others. God made the dome, and it separated the water from the dome above and below. And so it happened that the dome was called sky, and what was below was called water. Evening came and morning followed the second day, because in the beginning, I was bathed in the Euphrates when dawns were young. I built my hut near the Congo, and it lulled me to sleep. I looked upon the Nile, and it raised the pyramids above it. All of these things are forces of great human will. When we do things together, when we begin again and love together, not only can we do anything, we can do everything. What has not yet been done awaits for us to do, but it must be together. As the old adage goes, no one is free until everyone is free. And so I wonder how we pull together to widen the experience of justice for each and every person. I wonder how we cast a moral horizon that allows these keiki to be good ancestors, better ancestors than we even thought was possible. I wonder how in the final assessment, our descendants, sevenfold generations from now, will say, did we do all we could do with the resources we had available to us? Ask yourself now, not am I, are we together doing all the things we can do with the resources we do have to be good ancestors some period from now? Think. In the beginning, human gender was birthed, and out of them came more offspring. And I heard the singing of the Mississippi when Abe Lincoln went down to New Orleans, and I've seen its muddy bosom turn all golden in the sunset. And in the beginning, God said, let the water under the sky be gathered into a single basin so that dry land may appear. I've known rivers, ancient, dusky rivers. The Akaha's home was the sea, guarded by the Ekahakaha that grew in the forest, and so it happened. The water under the sky was gathered into its basin, and the dry land appeared. In the beginning. A night of flight by noises through a channel. Water is life to trees, so the gods may enter, but not man. And God called the dry land earth, and the basin of waters sea. God saw that it was good. The earth still forming was good. I knew that it was good because in the beginning, my soul grew deep like the rivers. Deep, deep down, we are capable of beginning again with a compassion that is unstoppable. Find that passion, again, that root, passion with for forgiveness, passion with for justice, passion with for generational wisdom, passion with for humility. Saying I'm sorry when you don't even know what you're sorry for, but know it's time to begin again. taking into all of us. I know I heard it. Sometimes the Spirit moves and it takes you a little off book. It's okay. We welcome all noises. We welcome how Spirit moves in you. If you need to shift your body, I can hear you are silent, so you are listening to me. I want you to feel these words as well. Take a little shake break. We have an opportunity in this time that is not only this hour that we share. This time is a moment of transition. This is a time of recommitment to goals, of making new goals, of singing together, of singing new songs, telling new stories, but never forgetting the old ones. In this time, in this space, we have hurt one another. And we begin again in love. In this time, in this space, we have told one another stories that kept people out instead of bringing people in. And we begin again in love. In this time, in this space, we have to make a decision about how we will go on together. Not my leadership, but ours is the way that we move forward. And I am prayerful, I am confident, and I am joyful that we will make that road by moving. Say it with me. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Ashe. And blessed be. Blessed